Sup guys, this is Scooter and I'm super excited about today's video because I get to talk about one of my favorite blasters, and that blaster is the Secret Shot 2. Now the first thing you'll notice about the Secret Shot 2 is how wicked awesome it looks. It just looks like some kind of flare gun that I would use if I was like surrounded by bears in the middle of the wilderness, and I would just like whip it out and fire it in the air and all the bears would be scared or something. But anyways, the color of the plastic's really cool. It's like a really fluorescent red-ish orange. You gotta see it in person. It's one of my favorite looking blasters. Other things that are cool about it, it was made in 1998. They're kind of hard to come by. A lot of them have leaky tanks. That's just because they're really finicky tanks and they're easy to break. I've actually broken another Secret Shot 2, but that's another story for another day. Anyways, so yeah, basically they look awesome. As far as the mods I've done to mine, I don't know if you can see very well, but let's try the flash here. There we go. I've glued a piece of 1/2-inch PVC to the tank, and I removed the air, or not the air restrictor, but the dart post rather, and then I glued the little end of the original barrel to the end of my PVC, and I'll explain why I did that later. But what's really cool about this gun, more than what it looks like and how it functions, it's really not that great of a gun for a primary or anything like that. The reason being because it does get nice ranges, somewhere in 90 to 100 feet for me. Those are the ranges I typically get. But the rate of fire is pretty slow. Stock, you can put about 6 pumps into this thing, but modded, I glued the overpressure release valve. I like to put in about 8 pumps, so rate of fire is not great, but it does have a really amazing gimmick, which really makes the gun for me. It makes it so much more fun to use. So as you can see, the gun has a weird trigger, right? There's actually 2 triggers. Now the bottom part of the trigger fires the tank inside the gun. So I'll pump it up, and you can hear that it fires the tank. Now the top of the trigger actually does something really cool. But before I explain what, I just want to take a second to talk about this barrel. So the gimmick of this gun is that once you fire your shot, your enemy thinks that you're reloading, I guess, and then you have this second barrel which is disguised as a scope, and you can press this top button and it flips out and seals to the front of your normal barrel. So it doesn't get as good of ranges, but it's an extra shot if you need it, which is really cool. And just look how awesome the action on this is. Watch. Whoosh. I know, right? I'm such a little kid, it's ridiculous. But so it's an awesome gun. I'm gonna show you guys a firing test. The only other thing I can think of is stock. This gun is amazing. I was like astounded of how good of ranges it gets. Like, it gets an easy 40 feet with megas, which is just ridiculous. Oh yeah, it's also worth mentioning, since I rebarreled the PVC, 1/2-inch PVC, I can still fire megas, and it allows my secret barrel to seal. I forgot to mention, I normally use a 1/2-inch PTG speed loader with this. It's just two 6-inch pieces of PTG glued to each other, and then normally PTG does not seal within PVC, so I wrap some E-tape around it and it seals perfectly. No range loss. Basically it works like a normal coupling would, with some PVC and your barrel nested in it. But yeah, it works great, so I will cut to a firing test. Alrighty guys, so we're going to do a firing test of the Secret Shot 2. I have my speed loader all loaded up, and my secret barrel is loaded up as well. I'm going to give it 8 pumps. And of course, I'm going to be shooting at my sweet cardboard box with a picture of the Arizona kid taped to it. Now in the future, I'll probably swap him out with some other sweet guys from the boxes, the various dart gun boxes. But for today we got the same guy. So as always, I'll try and hit him in the face, but it's hard for me to aim on camera. So sorry. Oh, totally missed. Now, this gun, I don't think it'll be able to punch through cardboard from this distance. Maybe not at all. I think I've got it to punch through cardboard before, but I do know that it gets solid 100-foot ranges, which is all I need. I think that was 8. And now here we have the secret barrel. Maybe I'll be able to aim this a little better. Ooh, I got him. Alright, let's look at the damage. So as you can see, sorry, it didn't quite punch through it. The other side is pretty much unaffected. There's some lumps, but take my word for it, it's a very powerful blaster. But that about wraps it up. So remember guys, if you're ever stranded in the wilderness, surrounded by bears, just take out your Secret Shot 2 and fire into the air, and it'll be all better. Alright, see you guys later.